Welcome to Extraordinary. I'm your host, Ty Legend. Today on Extraordinary, imagine facing a crowd that mocks your dreams before you even sing a note. Today, discover how Susan Boyle transformed that very humiliation into a triumphant return, and learn how her unlikely journey can unlock your own hidden potential, even when the world doubts you. The stage lights slice through darkness. One microphone, one woman. Susan Boyle stands trembling yet resolute, her hands bearing the faint tremor of a recent stroke, her eyes burning with a defiance forged through decades of rejection. This is Britain's Got Talent in 2023, the very same stage that once mocked her, now witnessing her resurrection. You might think you know her story, the dowdy woman who shocked the world, but this is about something far deeper than a viral moment. In the damp, cold corners of a small Scottish village, Susan's childhood was a landscape of brutal silence. Born the youngest of 9 children in Blackburn, West Lothian, she entered a world that seemed designed to minimize her from the start. Learning difficulties were misdiagnosed as brain damage, a label that would haunt her like a persistent shadow. Imagine being a child where every classroom feels like a battlefield, where classmates don't just ignore you, but actively ridicule you. They'd call her, their words sharp as winter winds. Her quiet way of seeing the world made her an easy target. Her differences became weapons used against her. But beneath that shy exterior, something extraordinary was brewing. Music became her first true language. At 12, Susan discovered something powerful within herself, a voice that could transcend the cruel labels society had stamped upon her. In the local church choir, between hymn verses and hushed melodies, she found her first taste of belonging. Her mother, her sole champion, would whisper encouragement. She'd say her words a lifeline in a sea of indifference, but the world outside that protective embrace remained ruthlessly skeptical. Susan's journey was a constant negotiation with possibility. Yes, she could sing beautifully, but epileptic seizures disrupted her progress. Yes, she recorded a charity CD that received positive reviews, but that path led nowhere. Yes, she had talent, but who would truly listen? Her life became a holding pattern, caring for her aging mother, her own dreams growing fainter with each passing year. The walls of her modest home seemed to close in, reflecting her shrinking world. Time was not just passing, it was passing her by. Britain's Got Talent wasn't just an audition, it was her last, desperate attempt to be seen. Standing on that stage in 2009, a 47-year-old woman whom everyone expected to fail, Susan represented every person who had ever been told they weren't enough. The audience's initial snickers, Simon Cowell's skeptical expression, the entire theater primed to dismiss her, and then she sang. I Dreamed a Dream wasn't just a song, it was a thunderous declaration of human potential. The transformation was instantaneous. Sneers morphed into stunned silence, mockery dissolved into thunderous applause. In less than 4 minutes, Susan obliterated every limitation society had placed upon her. Her audition video didn't just go viral, it became a global phenomenon, viewed over 100 million times. Suddenly, the woman they'd laughed at became the voice they couldn't ignore. But fame is a double-edged sword. Overnight global sensation, millions of records sold, performances for royalty and world leaders. Yet beneath the glittering success, Susan was drowning. The sudden spotlight triggered an emotional breakdown. The very visibility she'd craved now felt suffocating. Her Asperger's diagnosis in 2013 provided context for her lifelong struggles, but it also added another layer of complexity to her already challenging journey. She was famous, wealthy beyond her wildest dreams, yet still fighting battles few could understand. The world had finally heard her voice, but could she hear herself? If you're enjoying Extraordinary, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. Turn setbacks into comebacks using tactics of great underdogs like Stephen Hawking and Lincoln. Now, back to the episode. In 2022, life delivered its most brutal test. A stroke threatened to silence the very instrument that had defined her journey, her voice. This wasn't just a medical challenge, it was an existential threat to everything Susan had become. Imagine having your greatest gift suddenly yanked away. The fear was paralyzing. Would she ever sing again? The stroke wasn't just a medical event, it was a potential full stop to her extraordinary narrative. But Susan Boyle doesn't know how to surrender. Her rehabilitation became a testament to human resilience. Each vocal exercise was a battle, each small improvement a victory. She wasn't just recovering her voice, she was reclaiming her entire identity. The same determination that had carried her from a small Scottish village to global stages now fueled her most personal fight. What most people would see as a devastating setback, Susan saw as another challenge to overcome. While the world might measure her success by record sales or viral moments, Susan's true wealth was something far more profound. Despite amassing a £40 million fortune, she chose to remain in her modest childhood home. Fame hadn't changed her fundamental understanding of who she was. Her platform became more than entertainment. She began raising awareness about neurodiversity, transforming her personal struggles into a powerful advocacy. Asperger's was no longer something to hide, but a part of her identity to celebrate. You might think her story is about talent. It's not. It's about something far more revolutionary, the radical act of being unapologetically yourself. When Susan returned to Britain's Got Talent in 2023, it wasn't just a performance, it was a declaration. The same stage that once mocked her now bore witness to her complete transformation. Her rendition of "I Dreamed a Dream" wasn't just a song, it was a manifesto. No more nervous trembling, no more seeking approval. This was pure, unfiltered power. Here's the challenge Susan's life presents. What limitations have you internalized? What voices, external or internal, have convinced you that you're not enough? Her journey screams a simple, profound truth. Your perceived weaknesses might just be the very source of your greatest strength. Success isn't about fitting into someone else's definition. It's about having the courage to define yourself on your own terms. As Susan stood there, having survived mockery, fame, a stroke, and societal expectations, she embodied a simple yet revolutionary idea. Your story is not determined by how others see you, but by how you see yourself. The audience wasn't just watching a performance, they were witnessing a resurrection. Now, will you laugh at your own potential? Or will you, like Susan, turn those laughs into your most powerful song? On the next episode of Extraordinary, imagine the raw power of redemption when a man's past is as unforgiving as the streets he grew up on. After witnessing Susan Boyle's journey from isolation to triumph, you might wonder, could someone similarly shackled by their environment break free? Next week, we delve into the grittier side of transformation in 1960s Los Angeles, where a once feared criminal embarks on his own path to redemption. Don't miss this intense exploration of hope amidst despair, as we continue our theme of redemption and transformation. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. 7 days, 7 ordinary to extraordinary transformations. Rewrite your story using the exact frameworks that built empires from nothing. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/EO. Thanks for watching.